Every Bellend Online is trying to teach you how to get rich, but instead, I'm going to teach you as a personal trainer how I would make the first $350 a day. This could get spicy. I know I've said this before, I say it again, you must master in person first. And that goes to other niches too, whether you're a physiotherapist, whether you're a psychologist, whether you're a personal trainer. So many people today arrive at the online scene and go, I want to work online. And sell what, brother? What is it that you think you're selling? If you have zero experience doing the thing that you want to sell, just because you went to the gym and benched 100 kg does not make you a personal trainer. Also, worth noting that there is a bundle discount in the description to this video called the PT Starter Kit, where basically I teach you everything about running a PT business and I give you a $99 content creation course, which is in essence free. Now, I can't say this enough either. The sessions that you do in person are some of the least paid sessions possible, but in years to come, you're going to look back at them and they are going to be the accelerators that allow you to earn crazy amounts of money. And out of all the people that you know that do the same job as you, you'll earn the most, and it's because of that. We look at Adam Sullivan, EBT, spent 10 years on the gym floor. Even Joe Wicks got his reps in before going online. Kayla Itsinas worked in a gym before she became online. I did 3 years, 5,000 hours of one-to-one sessions before I went online. And you need that raw experience for every component of being a great online trainer. So I'm going to say this again. If you want to be great online, you need to be great in person first. Now, although I've shattered your dreams and you think you've got to go to the gym, walk the floor and talk to strangers and do that annoying thing when you go over and go, hey mate, can you take your headphones out? And they're going to go, what? What's that? Oh, you want to sell me your PT? No, sorry. No, bye. It's soul destroying, but you've got to get used to it. And it may take you 3 months to fill your PT diary. It might take you 6 months, but I need you to start doing that right now, today, tomorrow. If you're not qualified, get qualified. The qualification's dog shit, but you need to do it so you can get insured on a gym floor. But you need to start posting today. Not when you're qualified, today. I need you to do it not when you filled your PT books, today. Because for the first 100 posts online, you're going to eat shit. And you need to eat shit because it's one of the most beautiful parts of the journey. And some of you are waiting to get good before you start. And I'm going to tell you why that's a big issue. Let's say in this room, I've got 100 personal trainers to my left and 100 personal trainers to my right. I say to the group on the left, hey guys, I need you to collectively all come together and make the most viral piece of fitness content ever. I'm going to give you a year to create this piece of content. So spend a year researching, spend a year looking at your competitor analysis and make me that perfect reel. You've got 100 brains. You've got 365 days. Go. To the group on the right, I say every one of you, 100 of you, must make a piece of content every single day. Whether it's written, whether it's a carousel, whether it's a video, every day you must put out a piece of content. There must be no days off, no repeating the same video, new piece of content every day. Out of those two groups, who comes up with the biggest outlier, crazy viral reel? It's going to be the team that do the volume because they're going to get so much feedback from the reels that do better than expected and all the ones that do worse. There's a term called regression to the mean. I need you to do something 100 times before we can really see how good you are at that thing. Even if it was flicking a coin into a bucket. If you miss the bucket wildly, I can predict the next one's going to be a lot closer. And if you get the coin in the bucket, I can predict the next one's probably not going to go in. And we have the exact same with our content. Some will go wildly off to the left, some will go wildly off to the right. Some will overperform, some will underperform. But every single reel is a little bit of feedback. 365 pieces of feedback is so much more than one piece of feedback. And it is only through that sheer amount of volume that something will educate you in the direction you need to go to become a good content creator. I didn't swear in my first 500 pieces of content. Then one day I probably had one too many cans of White Monster and I went on a rant and I swore and I called everyone fucking cunts. More engagement than usual. So I went back to normal. Then I did another one swearing. Swearing got me further, carried on. Daniel Priestley taught this to me in a podcast I did with him last week. Imagine this is a bell curve. Traditionally, income would be split where most people would earn the average amount. Some people would earn a little bit more, some people would earn a little bit less. So potentially someone in a more senior role might earn a little bit more, but there weren't many people earning the big bucks, and then there'd be a few people earning less, and there weren't too many people not earning at all. But this has changed. Sadly, in the world of online personal training, this is how it looks. This is the halfway point, and this is the top 10th percentile. The majority of personal trainers, easily 9 out of 10, earn little to nothing. They make just about enough, maybe minimum wage, maybe enough to get by, but they're still having to be mindful of their grocery bills, their heating bills still stress them out. Life isn't easy for them. Then the top 10% earn everything. Kayla Itsinas sold a business for over 300 million. Adam Sullivan making $1 million a month. Me, I do okay. Who else is making it rain? I'm pretty sure Courtney Black's got over £10 million in a current account. But this isn't here to depress you. It's to bring the reality of this. So many of you start your journey, you post on social media, you grow your following, you build your email list, but you're still earning shit money. You keep going, you keep persevering. Unfortunately, this is what I call the valley of death. This is where most people give up because they've been going for so long. Back in the day, they would have already surpassed the average amount of money and they would be in the high earners, but in today's age, they're not there anymore. But little do they know how close they are to potentially earning more. And even when they hit the 90th percentile, Even when they've done everything that they've been told, the content, the emails, the marketing, the turning up, the thousands of hours in person, people still give up here. Then even going from the 90th percentile to the 92nd, it's only a small increase in money, still not noticeable. Then they reach the 95th percentile. Now suddenly they've got more money. Now they're starting to think about going on holidays. Then when they hit the 96th percentile, they're like, holy crap, I can afford to fly business class now. Wow, I've now got money left in the bank at the end of the month. Then the 98th percentile, they can hire people, expand, staff. Then there's the 99th percentile, people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, maybe even millions. So many people don't realize how close they are to being in that top percentile, but only 1 in 100 people can be in that top percentile. The reason that this feels so hard and so tough is because the game has changed. The allocation of resources is only in the last few percent. If you do not climb and work and hustle all your way to there, you can make it here with nothing, here with nothing, here with nothing, here with nothing. This isn't just about getting ahead. Everything I'm teaching you to do in these videos is about getting into the top 10%. And if more people understood this, less people would give up here. Personal training must have the highest rate out of any profession I know where people go, oh, I used to be a personal trainer. Used to be, brother. You get to bang weights at work. You get to build a gym and expense it. You get to wear shorts all the time. You get to help people lose fat, build muscle, feel better, get their sex drive back. And you gave that up. If people just understood the valley of death on the top 10%, they could have such an easier time navigating through the eating shit that is necessary to grow your business. Right, back upstairs. One of the next things that's really important is that you steal good ideas. So you must look at other industries. Let's say you're an accountant and you're starting to make accountant content. You should look at Damien Talks Money on YouTube, and you should probably look at Josh Thomas account on Instagram. You should start to look at their setup, their hooks, how they present themselves, how their lighting looks, how long are their videos, which one did best. On YouTube, you can quite literally go to someone's page, click videos, click most popular, and you there have in chronological order all of the best things they've ever spoken about, which should give you ideas about what to talk about. Whether it's in your niche or not, there are going to be outliers at play that you can just go and steal. Then suddenly one of your competitors takes a prop and goes, this board marker represents a year's worth of fat loss. And you go, wow, that was really easy to understand. So in your next video, you grab something else. This bottle represents 1 year of fat loss. And again, with the feedback that you get from the video, did a prop help or did it hinder? Did asking a question help? Did it hinder? Did making a statement help? Did it hinder? And there's going to be little bits of success that you can find in your competitors. Now, you might be worried about copying them. And I've got a video at the end of this video that's going to teach you everything you need to know about copying someone, but you're just merely stealing the idea. And I guarantee the person that you saw online that was making a video with a pen took that idea from someone else that they saw. Now, this is where working in person with people and working online comes together. If you're stuck for content ideas, I want you to do this as an exercise. You're going to get a document out. You're going to write down your 5 favorite clients. You're going to put their names. You're going to write their journey, what they're struggling with, and how you plan to overcome it. So hypothetically speaking, Declan, give me one of your old clients. What was their name? Wendy. Okay, and what was Wendy's struggle? She did not enjoy lifting regular weights. And how did you overcome that? Took her to the park and did calisthenics, bodyweight movements. Cool. So there's a video in there straight away. I've just been put on the spot. What if I was to tell you there was a way for people that hated going to the gym, that they could resistance train and get all the benefits they need, especially in older populations, and you could do it from going to the park? Well, this is Wendy. I trained her for 6 months. And what we did was we swapped the gym for going to the park and we did something called calisthenics, which means using body weight to exercise. All we needed was a suspension trainer, some resistance bands, because most people overcomplicate fitness. And the reality is you just need an element of push, pull, and squat. Come on, fucking flying. That's in. Getting parked now. Woo! That's a piece of content. Then you could go to your next client and do the same. It is working with real people that you understand real problems where you can then communicate to it. Because guess what? If you communicate Wendy's point online, you attract other Wendy's. Then you have a Dave. You talk about Dave's problem, you attract other Daves. So we're going to call this the $350 a day axis. The reason that I want you to work in person first is this. Let's say today is here. Let's say 2 years. Brown is going to represent in-person personal training. You can get to $350 a day much faster in person than you ever can online. It's 7 clients a day. You could probably in 3 months go ham, talk to everyone in the gym, in the facility. That's why the facility matters. In a private gym, you've got no one to prospect, no one to PT in front of. Just remember, if you work in a commercial gym with loads of people in there, they've seen you at work, they're familiar with you, they know what you look like, and they know how you act around your clients. If you're in a PT-only facility, although it seems cool and sexy and nice, getting clients is going to be way harder. So you must work in person because you've seen the valley of death already before. If you go just online, you're going to hit that valley of death still earning not a lot of money. Blue is going to represent running an online business because you need to build your following, get people familiar with you, have videos that bomb, have videos that suck, Online looks more like this. You need to build your in-person business. At this point, you can live life. You can get on with your life. You can have kids. You can be sensible. You can be saving. You can go on holiday. But online is a slow burner. It takes time. The compounding interest, similar to saving money in an interest savings account. And sometimes it takes you to get to nearly 2 years of doing both at the same time before you can actually surpass that amount. It takes time to get to the point that you can surpass in person. Then once you get to this inception point, you can give up in-person training and go fully online. But let's not kid yourselves. You've got to do the work first. If you've got bills to pay, it is much easier to do it in person. Get to that $350 a day in person. Then you'll be doing a little bit of online and a little bit in person. Then as you get to this point and demand grows for online, you can start to transition and go fully online. Then the earning potential of doing online can go forever. But in person, you're pretty much bottomed out at 6 sessions a day. Maybe 7, but you'll burn out. If you're young, you can get away with it. This place here is perfect because it's hybrid. You're actually doing things with people in the day, working the first few hours in the morning, get great ideas for content, making content and servicing your online clients. Here's the difference though. If I train someone in person here, an hour session is going to take an hour. But if I have a client who I'm working with online, brother, I'm going to smash me a couple cans of Newtonic and I'm going to get all my clients done in 2 hours. Then working online, your hourly rate is accelerated by your productivity. That's why you need Newtonic. Head to newtonic.com. Well, what's this? Some retatrutide. New video in the making. Don't you worry about that, Declan. That's what's in there. Don't you worry. Oh, here it is. No, that's not cocaine. Although I know you would have seen a lot of that in Vegas. This is so much of what I do with my mentorship, with my online coaching, with my PT Starter Kit, is building your expectations. I could say, hey, have financial freedom in 3 months, but you can't get good at anything in 3 months. Have you ever seen anyone that's trained jiu-jitsu, how dog shit they are after 3 months? This is the reality. This is how it is. If this sounds too much like hard work, then fuck off back to your job in recruitment. But if you're willing to do this and dig in, you can have everything. Keep in mind, my fitness business didn't pay for that. My fitness business paid for this. My fitness business paid for me to travel the world. My fitness business paid for me to have a house. But it was what I learned from running a fitness business that allowed me to spin up new businesses like Newtonic, to get myself my first GT3. It will take you 2 years to go fully online in your first business. It will not take you that long once you've done it. Once you've become proficient with everything it takes to dominate this online world, you can flip it into anything. That's the exciting part. Because if you work in a PT gym for 10 years, you've just become good at coaching people in person. But when you can understand and work the online elements of running a business, $350 a day is just a start point for much bigger things. Right, back to the video upstairs. Then over time, as you build interest and you get engagement online on social media, you will then start to take people's contact information, roughly about 20% of your total audience. So any of you watching this, question, do you have 20% of your audience on your email list? If no, stop focusing on growing your socials and start focusing on getting their information. If you do have 20%, probably time to grow the following a bit more so that percentage comes down and we can shift the focus, like a bulk and a cut, between growing and harvesting. It's also important to do this because your brand may change. Myself, most email addresses I got was from fitness and writing books. I now use it to promote Newtonic and maybe even this business mentorship course, which there's a link to in the description. Sean Casey, started in person, works online, now has a business called Social Circle where he helps PTs. Evidence-based training, Adam Sullivan, got his email addresses from fitness, sells merchandise and soon sell creatine gummies. Now, that $350, if we imagine that you charge $50 an hour, which is a moderate amount to charge, that's probably what, £40 in the UK, that's maybe near $100 in Australia, you would just need to see 7 clients a day. And to begin with, that is long because personal training sessions are one-on-one meetings. It's like being booked out for every single hour. And you could be starting your day at 6 a.m. and not finishing until 6 p.m. But then as demand increases for your services, you manage to block your diary and who knows, you might start at 6 a.m. and finish at 3 p.m. You might have a lunch break and 2 little gaps. But here is the kicker, the elephant in the room, the pain point that most of you watching this are going to resonate with. That is not sustainable. You cannot do 7 hours a day, 5 days a week forever. But the good news is you don't have to. For some of you, a year, for some of you, 5 years. It depends how hard and aggressive you market yourselves online, build an online presence, and collect data from people. It is whether or not you try and stumble over getting the perfect post or whether you just start putting out raw volume. Because $350 a day is $2,450 a week. To get that online, you would need 49 clients charging $50 a week, which again is on the light end. Now, me saying that you could earn $350 a day being remote anywhere in the world to look after 49 clients. 49 can seem a lot, but it's not. You could rotate their programs every 2 weeks. So that means you're writing 25 programs a week. If you were to spend half an hour writing each program, you're suddenly down to 12 hours. Working doing 5 days a week, it's just over 2 hours each day. Not to mention a little bit of time communicating. Again, I'm not the biggest believer that you need to book in weekly calls with your clients for $50. You're going to have me on WhatsApp. You're going to ask me any questions you want. And if anyone is too high maintenance and they're feeling to me like I'm not getting a good deal for $50, I'm going to boot them and replace them with someone new. Because some clients will take no stress. They'll just get on with their program and get mad results. And some people expect the world. But the more engagement and more contacts that you have online, the more you can curate those 49 people to be the perfect clients for you. Low admin, hard workers, love what they get, happy to stay with you long term. Because after a while, they're not paying you $50 a week for online coaching. They're paying you $50 a week for what they get from it, which is that they're hitting all their workouts. And for some of them, if you put them on a 3-day split, they're paying you less than $20 a workout, which is phenomenally cheaper than working with a coach in person. They're paying you $50 a week so they adhere to their dietary protocols. They're paying you the money and they go, well, I best not eat that crap because I'm spending so much money with my trainer. $350 a day is not that far away. Now, the amount of time you want to spend getting there depends on how hard you want to work, you want to hustle, how many posts you want to put out a day. And I guarantee this, if you post twice as much as your competitor, you'll get there in half the time. You need a good offer, a good program, a big email list, and a strong brand online, and it is incredibly possible to get there. Now, here's the really exciting bit. Personal training is an incredibly fucking hard profession. Once you get from $0 to $350 a day, the rest is easy because the skills you learn in content creation, email marketing, building landing pages, creating good offers, once you learn that in the trenches, training at altitude, doing personal training, spinning up new things, maybe an electrolyte business, maybe a new drink, a product, a supplement, a sleep supplement, whatever it is, will be easy in comparison to building a personal training business. So it's imperative that you start putting out content today. You post every single day and you wait for the outlier to accrue. Nothing beats raw, sheer volume in this game. Everyone's trying to sell you a secret system or a method. I've done over 4,500 Instagram posts. That is why I'm here today doing this video, because I've learned more from videos bombing, eating shit than most of my competitors combined. And that's why my fitness business has done over 7 figures every year for 7 years. And truth be told, I probably only do 3 hours every 12 weeks work to keep that alive. But anyway, that PT starter kit is phenomenal value. There's a link in the description. It's got everything you need. It's got short form content mastery involved. Check it out. And if you want to work with me, there's going to be a link there too. Now, for some of you that thought, oh, isn't it bad to steal people's ideas and rip them off and use them as your own? I get that. But if you watch this video right here, I explain exactly how I stole someone's idea that's not even in the same niche as me, and I made over $12,000 in the first day I implemented it. Thanks for watching.